Look, let's go into the other room. We'll be more comfortable.
Yes, let's go.
In the Hollywood world, where light and shadow forever run side by side, there are tales few dare to whisper. Women, especially black actresses, have faced a gauntlet of brutal trials to carve out their place in an industry riddled with injustice. Some rose on talent alone, but others were forced to sacrifice their bodies as stepping stones to chase their dreams. Meetings with partners weren't always just business, and off-the-books entanglements could be the ironclad prerequisite for climbing the ladder. The 15 stories I'm about to unfold are the starkest proof of the hideous underbelly few know in showbiz, where the screen's brightest stars sometimes paid an unimaginable toll for those legendary roles. 15. Tamara Dobson, the dark road from triumph to the collapse of a Hollywood icon. In the early 70s, Tamara Dobson burst forth as an emblem of beauty and raw talent. By 1972, she rode the crest of her modeling career in New York. Invited to audition for Cleopatra Jones, she had no inkling that stepping into Hollywood's glare would unleash a storm-tossed chapter in her life. After the second callback wrapped, producer Max Julian and the assistant casting director demanded a private rendezvous at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel. That encounter became the pivotal twist shaping Tamara's fate. In the lavish suite, boundaries blurred into haze. A glittering career dangled within reach, but the cost defied measure. The liaison with the producer didn't end that single night. Over the next 2 weeks, they met in secret shadows. Each tryst dragged Tamara deeper into a haunting whirlpool she couldn't escape, even as she knew the role countless craved was hers for the taking. At last, Tamara inked deals for 2 films, Cleopatra Jones, 1973, and its sequel in 1975. The first exploded in success, showering her with fame and raking in $6 million, but right on Glory's heels, the studio pushed for nude scenes absent from the script, demands Tamara flat out refused. That defiance triggered dire fallout. Her part in the sequel got slashed. Worse still, post-1975, all of Hollywood turned its back. Blacklisted from the film machine, Tamara ditched it all for real estate hustling. She lived in solitude, shunning every spotlight until cancer claimed her in 2006, burying her with the deep scars of a shadowed past she could never outrun. 14. Vonetta McGee, the blaxploitation queen and the price of glory. In the early 70s, Vonetta McGee was a gifted actress, still hunting for solid ground in Hollywood. Scraping by on small Los Angeles stages, she never dreamed an audition could rewrite her destiny. In 1971, everything shifted when director William Crane summoned her to his Hollywood Hills home to hash out the script for Blackula. Truth was, the meeting veered far from mere work. In the scant week before Vonetta landed the official nod for Luva in Blackula, 1972, their connection grew intimate, not once or twice, but repeatedly. Success crashed in like a wave. The Luva role became her breakout, gifting her renown and the lead in Blackula. Her name echoed wide, but with it clung harsh stereotypes. She got stamped as the sexy blaxploitation queen, a label the film world slapped on her. Producers only offered her sultry parts, never chances to flex her full acting range. On top of that, studios started demanding nude scenes in other flicks, script or no. Refusing the injustice, in 1975, she bolted Hollywood for Europe, scraping by on bit parts in obscure films until 1980. Finally, hope drained, she quit the industry cold, living isolated in Oakland until her death in 2010. 13. Diana Sands, trading flesh for glory's peak, only to fade away. Diana Sands, a Broadway powerhouse, stormed Hollywood from the early 60s with her unforgettable turn in A Raisin in the Sun. Back then, Diana poured her soul into stage roles in New York. She never foresaw how producer David Suskind's invite to audition for Beneatha in the film adaptation of A Raisin in the Sun would upend her world forever. The meeting unfolded at Columbia Pictures offices, where lines blurred beyond business. Susskind, a Hollywood heavyweight, showed special interest and demanded a silent pact right there. Their entanglement didn't halt. Diana got summoned multiple times to Susskind's Manhattan apartment. Then came the lead role, a seismic shift in her trajectory. A Raisin in the Sun, 1961, roared to triumph, catapulting Diana Sands to fresh heights. Yet the glow dimmed fast. Despite public buzz, studios cooled on handing her more leads. The too sexy tag stuck to her, blocking paths to big projects. Her undeniable talent got overshadowed by her allure, turning it into her career's biggest barricade. Even when breast cancer struck in 1967, the studio offered no aid, contract be damned. The radiant spotlight faded to memory, leaving her to face solitude without a lifeline from the empire that birthed her fame. Battling illness a while, Diana passed in 1973 at 39, carrying the ache of a forgotten gift and regret for a career cut short by her own captivating form. 12. Gloria Hendry, the brutal conquest of Hollywood. Gloria Hendry, a standout dancer in Las Vegas, dove into Hollywood brimming with faith and dreams of stardom. One fateful evening in 1972, director Larry Cohen called her to audition for Black Caesar, his latest venture. Trouble was, the meetup skipped offices or sets for the Sands Hotel, a spot Gloria never guessed would scar her life eternal. The session stretched to midnight, and come dawn, Gloria snagged the lead. Her path ignited, with major roles flooding in. Her Black Caesar spot kicked off the surge, followed by Hell Up in Harlem. Hollywood's eyes locked on her, and soon Gloria joined one of James Bond's biggest, Live and Let Die, 1973, as a Bond girl. But her summit hopes shattered when her kiss scene with Roger Moore got axed from Southern U.S. Prince over racism. A gut-wrenching blow, yet just the storm's prelude. Despite vast promise, Hollywood shoved Gloria into murk, reducing her from star to prop in B-grade porn flicks. When studios pressed her into such sludge, she balked, and that stand slammed every door. Blackballed from majors, Gloria quit acting cold in 1976. She pivoted to postal work, embracing quiet retirement, her stage dreams dust. 11. Hilda Sims. The steep toll for Hollywood's first step. Hilda Sims was a gifted actress, dazzling Broadway with Anna Lucasta. But her Hollywood dream hit a wall after one role. In 1952, Hilda conquered New York crowds in Anna Lucasta, yet Tinseltown proved a fiercer beast, harsher and unforgiving. Snagging an invite from producer Sterling Siliphant to test for the Joe Louis story, she never suspected the United Artists office meet would unveil darkness. Post-chat, haze descended. The unspoken bond with Siliphant stretched beyond. They rendezvoused a few more times at his LA pad. That was the ransom for her lead. Fame's lure loomed too vast, but Hilda never fathomed this trade as an irreversible plunge. Her Joe Louis story gig loomed as a vital launchpad, but the flick bombed at the box office. Worst, failure's blame crashed on Hilda, her contract vaporized. Blacklisted from Hollywood, she couldn't snag big gigs. She even traded a one-night stand with another producer for a 1957 bit part, but revival doors stayed sealed. Hilda retreated to theater and teaching, yet life showed no mercy. Talented as she was, Hilda lingered in poverty and sickness till her 1994 end. 10. Dorothy Dandridge, From Oscar Heights to Irredeemable Fall. Dorothy Dandridge, a beauty brimming with talent, became a 50s screen icon. She was the first black woman Oscar-nominated for a lead in Carmen Jones, 1954, but behind the shine lurked a life laced with tragedy and costly choices. In 1954, Dorothy hunted a breakout to flee forgettable bits. Auditioning for Carmen Jones, she never dreamed director Otto Preminger's Fox office summon would etch her fate. What transpired wasn't plain shop talk. It was barter. The Helmer demanded private meets, birthing a bond that spanned 4 weeks, 2 to 3 times weekly. Encounters spilled from office to his home and hotels. Though a blatant swap lacking love's purity, Dorothy couldn't refuse. She craved Carmen's lead, and Preminger held the key. He hinted it fueled the film, the players. If the lead and director connect heart to soul, and more, the spark might blaze through the picture's beauty. After 4 grueling weeks, the liaison bore fruit. Dorothy claimed Carmen Jones, reshaping her path. She soared to stardom, the first black lead Oscar nod. But the price scorched. When her fling with Preminger fizzled, she lost not just a lover, but her livelihood. Fox axed remaining deals, plunging Dorothy into abyss. Depression, booze, and pills engulfed her, past shadows inescapable. Finances crumbled. By 1963, bankruptcy stripped her custody. Her end came. Tragic in 1965, overdosing at 42. 9. Eartha Kitt, the screen queen, Hollywood cast. Aside, Eartha Kitt, a seductive and brilliant star, rose as a Broadway and film emblem, but glamour masked a tear-stained saga. Branded a whore for survival choices in conquering Hollywood, Eartha Kitt weathered upheavals beyond imagination. In 1950, Eartha performed in a Paris club, every eye riveted, yet she knew her craft deserved more than dances. One day, famed director Orson Welles invited her to audition for Helen of Troy in Dr. Faustus. The Ritz hotel meet, opulent and renowned, twisted her path unforeseen. From first encounter, power and passion intertwined. Over a week, 3 meets, not mere career chats. Bonds grew lover-like, Eartha trading flesh for her coveted role. She landed the Dr. Faustus, 1950 lead, unlocking theater's grand gates. Success, yet the cost loomed immense. From there, Hollywood beckoned, studios whispering, slapping her with horror for Wells ties. Her talent undeniable, but Tinseltown denied long contracts over their imposed stigma. Eartha became a shunned star, trapped in prejudice's shade. Then, in 1968, CIA targeted her for Vietnam War protests. Blacklisted, she exiled to Europe for a decade. Hollywood's doors bolted shut. Yet Eartha Kitt bent not. She reigned an icon abroad, admired internationally. 8. Diahann Carroll, the thorny path of a TV star, silently trampled. Diahann Carroll, a sharp, stunning, and gifted star, made history with her role in Julia, the first TV series centered on a black woman. But behind this triumph lurks a painful tale of the toll she paid to scale the heights. In 1967, Diahann Carroll hunted for a breakthrough in the TV world, a realm still tightly barred to black folks. NBC invited her to audition for Julia Baker in the series Julia. It all kicked off when she met producer Hal Cantor at NBC's Burbank offices. The encounter strayed far from mere business. Drawn to her allure, Hal floated a private deal. Just 2 loaded meetings later, Diahann inked a 5-year contract. And from there, she became Julia, the first black woman to lead an American TV series. Success swept in, swift. Julia, 1968-1971, exploded as a smash hit, vaulting Diahann Carroll to stardom. But no one glimpsed the unimaginable strain behind the shine. The show drew fire for being too whitewashed, with Julia's image as a perfect symbol that glossed over black women's real lives. Diahann got boxed out of deep roles, the big films she truly craved. Her persona got framed rigid, unbreakable. All of Hollywood seemed to slam its doors on quality cinema. The weight grew crushing, and Diahann buckled. She sank into depression, her marriage shattered in 1973 over lifestyle clashes. Things spiraled worse as she sold her home to settle debts, her career iced over. Hollywood turned its back cold. In the end, a luminous star like Diahann Carroll got ground down by rules she couldn't rewrite, no matter how much she'd surrendered. 7. Cicely Tyson, the star buried in Hollywood's rejection. Cicely Tyson, a true icon of American film and TV, renowned for her grit and emblematic roles. Yet behind her tough facade stretches a tear-drenched story of sacrifice and the steep prices paid to chase dreams in a cold, power-manipulated industry. In 1967, still a promising model, Cicely got a Warner Brothers call to audition for The Heart is a Lonely Hunter. A massive shot for her, but snagging a role in such a promising flick demanded no small ransom. Producer Mark Merson called for a private meet at the Beverly Hilton. That rendezvous twisted her life's course. Just once, then boom. Cicely landed the lead, a crucial launch for her acting rise. But the glow faded fast. Though nailing a major lead in The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, 1968, tides turned quick as she faced harsher studio demands. To grind on in the biz, Cicely got pushed to overhaul herself entirely. The studio wanted her shaved bald and starved slim to fit the perfect actress mold. Cicely balked, and the payback, a 30% pay, slash from her contract. Post-rebellion, leads dried up. For the next 5 years, she scraped by on bits, roles too shallow to showcase her chops. As her career withered, Cicely leaned on welfare, drifting from the spotlight. A star with such promise like Cicely Tyson paid a brutal toll for a Hollywood foothold, only to get crushed by unyielding rules she couldn't bend. 6. Juanita Moore, The Oscar Dream and a Tear-Soaked Toll. Juanita Moore, a talented actress, turned Hollywood heads with her role in Imitation of Life, 1959. She snagged an Oscar nod for playing a white girl's mother entangled in racial strife. But few know her own life was a fierce battleground. In 1958, stuck in bits, Juanita Moore got invited to audition for Imitation of Life, a Universal project she knew could rewrite her fate. Meeting director Douglas Sirk and producer Ross Hunter at the studio offices unlocked the door she'd dreamed of. But like so many stars in this game, claiming her craved role exacted a heavy levy. The bond with those two power players was just one shard of untold sacrifices. One meet at Sirk's home sealed the pivot. Right after, she got the mother's role, the part that forged her name and earned her a Best Supporting Actress Oscar nod. Tragically, though the film blazed bright, she didn't clinch the Oscar. Her career stalled short of hopes. The studio ditched her contract renewal. Big chances grew scarce. She got shoved into maid roles for the next decade, pay docked 40%. Slowly, Juanita Moore's shine dulled. She became a familiar face in sides while leads and breaks slipped away. In the end, her labors went unrewarded. Juanita scraped by in poverty till her 2014 passing. An Oscar-nominated star faded into oblivion, leaving a heartbreaking yarn of nameless trades in this glamorous yet ruthless machine. 5. Pam Grier, The Grueling Trek. Across Hollywood's screen, Pam Grier, famed for her fierce roles, braved Hollywood's giants in the 70s, especially as Coffee and Foxy Brown. She stands as one of blaxploitation's most influential heroines, captivating crowds not just with talent, but personal steel and bold stands against wrong. But in her early plunge into the biz, Pam Grier wasn't quite so unbreakable. In 1972, toiling as a medical aide, Pam Grier's life veered into the unforeseen. Director Jack Hill spotted her and beckoned her to audition for Coffee. But claiming the lead demanded more than acting proof. It thrust her into a bind no woman should face. Stepping into Hill's AIP office, she figured it for a straight audition, but soon grasped the hidden bargains at play. Landing the deal with Hill proved no easy feat. To seize the Coffee lead, Pam endured off-script demands, even bartering her body. One path alone if she craved entry to a fresh realm where Hollywood's beams would blaze her name, yield to the director's delicate asks. Post-contract and lead lock, Pam Grier erupted as cinema's new emblem. But behind the rise, folks missed her wrenching choices, wagering honor and pride for career goals. Yet her trades had limits. Pam stonewalled nude scenes in Friday Foster, 1975. That got her booted from the role, a gut punch to her soaring path. But tragedy piled on. A year later, stage 3 cervical cancer hit, sidelining her from films for 2 years, and on return, her star had dimmed. 4. Rosalind Cash, a career snapped after one, Lone Hollywood Blaze. Rosalind Cash, a magnetic and talented actress, surged as an icon in the 1970s with her lead in The Omega Man, 1971. Known for vivid roles and radiant vitality, her career path plunged into darkness that stuns in hindsight. In 1970, Rosalind honed her craft on stages. MGM called her to audition for the sci-fi epic The Omega Man, a Hollywood heavyweight. Meeting director Boris Sagal at a hotel, their chat leaped past work bounds. That night, Rosalind crossed a threshold with no return. The intimate rendezvous ended with her snagging the lead, a vital springboard for her rise. But post-premiere praise, Hollywood stalled her climb. The studio slapped a bizarre clause: no romantic scenes with white actors in future flicks. That noose strangled her path, big breaks evaporating. Leads vanished, swapped for TV bits in minor gigs she could only swallow. Rosalind's career froze for years, sides failing to reclaim her glow. Till her end, she lingered as a faint name in film annals. Cancer took her in 1995, a sorrowful close for one with vast promise, ruthlessly buried by Hollywood's system. 3. Nichelle Nichols, the toll for chasing Hollywood glory. Mention Nichelle Nichols and minds flash to an emblem of innovation and trailblazing in entertainment. Not just shattering racial walls in film, Nichols was the first black woman in American TV sci-fi. That triumph sparked in 1965 amid civil rights swells when Nichols got summoned to audition for Uhura. But claiming the Eowyn's role meant facing a subtle proposition: a private, intimate meet with producer Gene Roddenberry at DeSalu offices. Post-meet, her bond with Roddenberry shifted eternal. Soon after, Uhura was hers, but success didn't dazzle as she'd pictured. As Star Trek aired, Nichols battled not just job riggers, but entrenched bias. A shining cast star, yet she couldn't dodge brutal pay squeezes. Nichols inked a deal paying 50% less than white co-stars. But injustices piled. Each set day waged war. Pressured by producers and snide role jabs, Nichols nearly quit in 1967. What held her? A chat with Martin Luther King Jr. urging her on that Uhura marked a giant leap for black rights, beyond film into society. So she doubled down, facing the grind head-on. Still, post-1969 Star Trek wrap, Nichols' career lagged her dreams. Big roles skipped her, years grinding for singer-speaker gigs. Perhaps her greatest solace, her name etched eternal in fans' hearts, an icon of talent, sacrifice, grit, and unyielding drive. 2. Pearl Bailey, fame's price in Hollywood, trading intimacy for roles. Pearl Bailey, one of America's legendary music and film stars, left indelible marks with emotion-drenched roles. But few know the steep levee for her rise. In 1953, mid-club performance, Bailey got beckoned to audition for Fox's Carmen Jones. That encounter pivoted her life. It started as Bailey dazzled on stage, snaring producer Darryl Zanuck's eye. A private office meet got set, fate seemingly sealed from the jump. Post-2-hour chat, Pearl Bailey not only scored a Carmen Jones invite, but Zanuck's loaded proposition. Pre-official ink, she and the producer shared an unforgettable night at his home. That evening rerouted Bailey's trajectory. The payoff, a side role in Carmen Jones, 1954. Not lead, but her screen debut imprint. Yet it launched her onto Hollywood's rugged trail. Post-deal, Bailey got locked in a 7-year exclusive at rock-bottom pay, scraping for breaks. Follow-up roles mostly sides or comic bits, never the meaty leads she'd wagered her body for. Her film path narrowed tight. Yet Pearl Bailey bent not. She ditched movies in 1960 for stages, finding true fire and glow Hollywood denied. Through later years, she blazed on grand platforms till her 1990 passing. Her trades for acting peaks linger as a stark reminder of Hollywood dream's brutal cost. 1. Lena Horne, bartering flesh for stage's glow. Lena Horne, a legendary voice and R&B emblem, famed for a radiant yet thorny career. In 1942, mid-Cotton Club croon, MGM beckoned with a long-term film deal. But behind that plump pact lurked a shadowed path, where Lena's worth got wrung dry. As Lena shone at Cotton Club, she caught MGM boss Louis B. Mayer's gaze. From first meet, she fielded an irresistible pitch, MGM Long Haul, plus a role in Cabin in the Sky, 1943. But the ransom skipped cash for her honor and body. They met lover-like, and soon Lena fronted MGM. Lena rocketed to Hollywood stardom, but thorns lined the way. Though led in Cabin in the Sky, she stayed chained by Hollywood's vicious racial codes. MGM deals cramped shots and invisible binds. Lena got barred from kissing white co-stars, her scenes butchered for Southern screens. She felt caged like a bird, trapped amid footlights and racial bias. But tragedy deepened. Refusing Mayer's liaison in 1950, unable to endure, everything crumbled. The long deal vaporized, her film life near over. She pivoted to song, still shining, but Hollywood shut her out. Till her 2010 passing, Lena Horne never reclaimed big roles, leaving a Hollywood dream unfinished, haunted by unquenchable regrets. So there you have it, the stormy tales, the ultimate sacrifices few knew. Hollywood isn't just glamour and wins, it's a brutal arena where costs defy imagination. These black actresses, stars or shadows, fought ceaselessly for spots in a biased, power-drunk industry. They deserve acclaim, yet undeniable. These stories still haunt. If you're stunned and crave more secrets from this biz, drop your thoughts in the video comments. Hit like and subscribe to catch every future thrill. Thanks for watching.